Hey there, stargazers! Prep your engines as we're about to take off on a 10-year journey from Neptune to Pluto, spanning the corporate cosmos. Get ready for a tale of software, trade shows, and a villainous marketer who's about to learn that in the interstellar world of business, revenge is a dish best served with a side of malfunctioning QR codes. Let's dive in! All names and locations are changed. About 10 years ago, on Neptune, I was working in my first software development job out of university. We made websites, promotional material, and supplied equipment for conferences and trade shows. So if a company wanted a booth at some event, we would produce everything and support them for the duration of the event. This is where I came across Maleficent. She was in charge of the marketing department of a company on nearby Pluto, and they hired us for a convention they were attending. I produced the website for them, which consisted of some pictures and videos of their latest product with a few paragraphs of text. Also some links to their social media, a sign-up form, etc. Pretty basic stuff. It's important to note here that I never met Maleficent in person during this time, just talked to her once on the phone, the rest via email. She mainly dealt with our project manager, a lovely woman called Credenza, who made sure all the different parts worked together. Part 1. The screw-up. Everything was going fine. I'd produced their website and was just waiting for Maleficent to send some images and videos of their product to replace the placeholders I had been using in the meantime. This was a Tuesday. The event was the following Monday. I emailed Maleficent asking when I could expect the files and got no reply. Still no reply Wednesday. So Thursday I asked Credenza to chase it up. She stopped by my desk a short while after, a bit flustered. She'd just spoken to Maleficent, who had angrily claimed that she had sent them the previous week and had emailed me. She blamed Credenza and me for being incompetent. I could find it nowhere in my inbox or junk folder, so as far as I was concerned, she was lying or had sent it to the wrong email. Credenza contacted her again, confirmed my email address, and asked her to send them again. She shouted at Credenza some more, but eventually sent the files, but not until the last moment on Friday afternoon as I was getting ready to leave for the weekend. What a witch. I had to run that evening, but I promised Credenza I would log on Saturday morning and copy the files to the website and everything would be ready for Monday. Saturday morning and the video files didn't work. I don't remember the details exactly, but the files were made using some kind of proprietary codec that I just couldn't convert to something usable on their website. Long story, marginally less long, I spent Saturday praying to gods I didn't believe in for a miracle that wouldn't happen while trying to get in contact with Maleficent. Eventually on Sunday, she replied back, and I slowly walked her through the process of using another video format. She was using some crappy pirated software I'd never heard of to produce the videos. When she finally sent it, it still was wrong, but at least it was in a format I could read and convert myself. It all worked out in the end. The website was ready by Sunday evening and the convention went well. Part 2. Trying to get me fired. Following the convention, Maleficent was furious. She again accused us of incompetence and me personally for messing up her weekend. What about my weekend? I fired back at what a pain in the butt Maleficent had been. The guys who met her at the event said she was no easier in person, and how I'd done everything I could. But Maleficent denied everything and questioned how I was still in a job. This made Credenza look bad, and her bosses, none of them tech savvy, didn't understand what I was talking about with wrong codecs and file formats. It probably sounded like I was just trying to cover my butt after the fact. Plus, when it comes to money, the customer is always right. So it ended up becoming a sort of, let's just agree that we all made mistakes thing, but it was clear that all fingers were pointing at me. Consequently, I didn't get the pay raise I had been in line to get, meaning I couldn't move out from my parents' house, which was killing me, and was put on probation for 6 months, though I left for another job on Vulcan after 2 months. Part 3. Revenge is dish best served with béarnaise sauce and Sauvignon Blanc. About 6 Earth years later, I joined a company that sold women's boots, all shapes, colors, and sizes. They had their own IT department that produced their websites and other internal systems. Little did I know that Maleficent had also moved to this company at some point, again in the marketing department, which was downstairs from me. There was a promotional event soon where our company was giving away goodie bags with some freebies to anyone who signed up. The bags themselves were some high-quality laminated things that were being specially printed up with our company's branding, plus a QR code. The QR code would take you to a special page on our website with discounts. I met with Maleficent, who clearly didn't remember me from before, and talked about the special page I was to produce for the website. She was a pain in the butt again. She was never available. She would take an hour-and-a-half lunch every day and reclaim it on expenses. And when I did meet with her, she'd change the requirements constantly. Can you just change that bit? Never mind. Put it back. Oh, actually, could you put this crappy animation at the top of the page? No, that's a terrible idea. Why would you suggest that? Etc. Also, sitting with her, I witnessed how belittling she was to everyone in her team and would gossip about anybody if they weren't there at that moment. Obviously, all the while remembering our previous encounter where she had all but got me fired. I thought about calling her out on this, but it would have achieved nothing, and I had only just started working at this company a few weeks ago. I didn't want to make waves. So I persevered, and eventually my webpage was done, and I gave her the URL to send to the bag makers for printing the QR code. But she screwed up. I was copied into an email chain with her sending off the URL to the bag makers, and she had done it wrong. The URL was something like starting with HTTP, but she had sent it with 3 T's instead. I double-checked what I had sent her, and mine was correct. She had obviously typed it out rather than using copy-paste. We were ordering 1,000 of these bags from the printers, and they were $1 each. Then I noticed way down in the email chain, she had copied her password for the bag website. It was password. Yes, these oxygen thieves exist by the millions. I logged in with her details, from outside work with a proxy just in case, and could see she had indeed ordered 1,000 of the bags with the wrong URL for the QR code. I quickly added an extra 0 to the quantity and also pushed the requested delivery date back to a day before they were needed. I wanted to change the URL to some prawn website, but that wouldn't match what she had sent in the email, and I wanted her to be unable to escape blame. Part 4. The Aftermath. Honestly, I thought nothing would actually happen. I assumed the bag company would spot the URL mistake and just fix it. I assumed someone would notice the tenfold quantity increase and delivery date change. But as they say, when you make an assumption, you make an ass out of you and umption, because none of these things happened. The bags arrived at the last minute and the URL didn't work. Maleficent stormed upstairs and asked why our team had messed up and demanding we put it right. I acted innocent, did some troubleshooting, and explained to her the URL had an extra T in it. Fine, change the URL on our website. Nope, the HTTP bit is out of our control, I'm afraid. It must be the bag company's fault. But wait, what's this? Your email to them with the wrong URL? This doesn't look good for you. Meanwhile, someone comes upstairs and asks, weren't we only getting 1,000 bags? There seems to be a lot more. Maleficent rushed downstairs to sort out this fresh hell that was rising around her as a warm glow welled up from inside me. I actually never saw her again. I had to travel to one of our other offices that afternoon, but a friend filled me in later. With not enough time to sort things out with the bag company, Maleficent had to rush around town to find a stationery store that could print 10,000 QR codes on sticky labels to stick over the wrong one on each bag. Apparently, she was there most of the night attaching them all, which was doubly funny as I'm told we didn't quite manage to give away the original 1,000 bags at the event the following day anyway, let alone the other 9,000. She was put on gardening leave and fired for gross incompetence and costing the company all the extra money. Now the marketing department is run by a guy called Theodopolopoulos. He's much nicer. Wow, where do I begin with this cosmic ballet of mishaps, mistakes, and glorious comeuppance? I mean, it's like a Greek tragedy, except on Neptune and Pluto, with more codecs, URLs, and a dash of women's boots. So, 10 years ago, our unnamed hero, fresh out of university, begins their journey in the software development realm. Their first encounter with the antagonist, Maleficent, comes when they're tasked to design a website for a trade show. Seems straightforward, right? Only in a plot twist no one saw coming, Maleficent apparently forgot that emails are more reliable when they're actually sent. Cue our hero's weekend becoming a mess of proprietary video codecs and miscommunications. Now, one might think, surely Maleficent learned her lesson, right? Oh, dear reader, not even close. She instead goes for the classic maneuver of blaming everyone else, leading to our hero's pay raise being denied, and ultimately deciding to look for greener pastures on Vulcan. Now here's where the plot thickens. Our hero and Maleficent cross paths again, this time in the wonderful world of women's boots. Karma, like a boomerang, comes back around. And with a bit of a nudge from our protagonist, Maleficent orders the wrong quantity of promotional bags with incorrect URLs. It's like a masterclass in how not to do your job. And the cherry on top? Our hero, in all their glorious innocence, points out Maleficent's mistake. I imagine the scene, as our protagonist innocently saying, "But wait, what's this? Your email to them with the wrong URL, this doesn't look good for you. Priceless. The tale ends with Maleficent sticking labels on bags all night. I can almost hear the sad trombone in the background, and eventually being fired. The universe, it seems, has a sense of humor, and Maleficent ended up reaping what she sowed. So there you have it, folks. A tale of revenge, served not cold, but with béarnaise sauce and Sauvignon Blanc. And remember, if you're going to send a crucial email or order 1,000 laminated bags, double check it. You never know when you might come across a hero with a long memory and a knack for just desserts. Thanks for watching till the end, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of these ridiculous stories. Love you all, and stay safe out there in that crazy world. Much love. Peace.